Welcome to Feelings and Other F Words. I'm Dr. Daryl Appleton, and today we are going to have a Friends of F Words, and I have somebody amazing coming into the studio, but I want to talk a little bit about reinvention, and more importantly, the part of reinvention that nobody films. You know, the version we tend to get sold about somebody, like the person who shows up fully formed, right? They look new life, new feed, new me. We assume a lot of times that a person woke up that way or they just always were that way. And the pivot of things, the awkward middle part, the part where you're standing in your life going, who am I right now? Like, what am I doing? To me, that's the footage that gets cut. Like, that's the stuff that doesn't make the highlight reel. And my guest today lived the whole reel, cuts and all. Eden Wright is coming into the studio, and she is the voice behind New England Summers. And if you've spent any time in the calm blue and white coastal corner of the internet, you have definitely seen her work. She's like the coolest. And wait till you hear our conversation. It still resonates with me. I'm still thinking about it. Here's some things you may not know about Eden. She was a fifth generation film kid. She was a working child actor. This woman had a job at 5, 70 hours a week, 4 times a week commuting into the city with her mom. Like she has leaned all the way in at a very young age that many of us cannot even fathom. I mean, my girls are 5 and I need to get them up to 70 hours a week, like stat. And for the record, Eden was the Sunny D girl. For those of you who know, you know. And then she walked away from it all, like full stop, by total choice. And what I love about Eden, and what I want you to listen for today in our conversation, is the language that she uses when she talks about her pivot, when she talks about her life. She will never use the word like fail. I never failed at acting. Like, I decided to move on. It no longer fit me. And there is a difference. And she'll tell you why it matters. But we're going to get into the art of the pivot. We're going to get into the difference between building a brand and being a person. And we are going to be talking about how you find your North Star without turning yourself into a actual costume. We are going to talk about that because I think far too often in this world of content and creation, we become caricatures of ourselves. And that's an issue, in my opinion. That is an issue in itself, unless you have a true sense of self-identity. If it is on the internet for the internet, that's one thing, but I want you to have a strong sense of self. Eden also is talking to us today about something that's incredibly vulnerable to her, about her anticipatory anxiety and vasovagal syncope, and this idea of being a travel influencer who's genuinely afraid to travel. And I think it's like, so beautiful. She draws this really beautiful line that I keep thinking about, that your anxiety is not you. And it's so true. And you can hold the hand of joy, so to speak, and fear and get on the plane. Like, those two things, that dichotomy can and does exist. And here's the thing. A lot of this is a conversation about permission. And here's the thing about permission is permission to change, to be a beginner again, is to like what you like out loud. Like, there's no other way that I can say it, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons, whether it's Pokemon or needlepoint or hydrangeas, like all of it. You are allowed to like all of those things, whether you're rethinking your closet or your career. This right here, friends, is the conversation that you need to listen to right now. So we're going to get into it with my friend Eden Wright from New England Summers. Stay tuned. I am here with New England Summers, Eden Wright. She is fantastic and amazing. And we are talking all things New England. We're just like honing in on our love of Newport. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm based right outside of Newport. Eden, where are you? Are you in Connecticut?
I'm in Connecticut, so I'm like just under 2 hours from Newport, which to me means I'm in the backyard.
Yeah. And I feel like Rhode Island is getting this spotlight now, right? Real Housewives is here to stay, which is a whole interesting topic, which we will not get into, people. I apologize. I'm sorry, but we won't this time. But I feel like there's been some like big movements. And I feel like, you know, with Gilded Age and all these other things, I feel like Newport's getting the spotlight in my mind that it deserves, but
I totally agree. Yeah, especially with Gilded Age. My dad actually works on Gilded Age. He's an on-set dresser, so he's the one lighting all of those beautiful candles and putting them in the shot and setting up those tablescapes. That's what he does. So he's actually there right now. They shut down, I think, the Elms and Marble House, and then
I think Chateau Sommer, right?
Chateau. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So he's there right now filming. So I love that because I love the show. I love the mansion. So I'm super happy to get more people going to Newport.
So wait, and this is an amazing segue. So your dad is clearly in this industry. He didn't just like
Yes.
walk on set and start lighting candles, I imagine.
No. So I used to be a child actor, actually, and I was fifth generation in the film business. So he's fourth generation, all of them doing on-set dressing or props. And then I was the first little actor, which was super fun. So I did that from age like 5 to like 20. And then I full stop quit, and it was the best choice I ever made. But it was so fun.
What made you want to pivot?
So I had been working 70 hours a week for 3 years doing acting, and then I was working just like 2 part-time jobs, and then I was also getting my undergrad degree in business administration and finance. So I'm like, it's time to grow up, it's time to get a job. And then as soon as I got my first like full-time job in the finance world, I was like, this is such a more calming, like easier life. Like I had done this life of going into the city like 4 times a week with my mom. Thank you, Mom, for doing that with me.
Shout out to moms.
Super mom. She also owned a business while she did that. Amazing. But yeah, it just like felt nice to just get like a paycheck every week, honestly, and just like not feel the struggle anymore. And if I'm being totally honest, I felt like I was good at it as a kid. And then I just got bad at it as an adult. And I was like, I'm out. I'm good. I had my time. I'm done.
I love that. So wait, were you doing TV? Were you doing film? Like,
I
were
was
you
doing, yeah,
plays?
TV and film primarily. I got very, very close to being on Broadway a couple times, which was super exciting. But I did a lot of commercials, a little bit of print work. I was like the Sunny D girl for many years. That's like my claim to fame.
Eden. That is amazing.
Yeah.
How did I not know this? This is fantastic. And it's so interesting to me, right? Because I think we think a lot about like the field you're in now, at least what you're doing online and stuff, right? Like it's so kind of cool to see your story and almost like this is how I'm continuously evolving. Like I don't need to be one thing or another or another. I know we had talked about before, like you had a punk phase, like, and now you're in this like New England summers, very aesthetic, coastal, granddaughter chic. How did we get here in terms of like identity of maybe externally, right? And I'm sure it goes in internally too.
Yeah, definitely. There's an internal aspect to it. So I remember when I got to middle school, my mom let me like run wild with my style. It was like before that, it was like you're wearing this and your hair is like slicked back and like that's it. And then when I got to middle school, she was like, whatever you want to do. And I had this pair of high top black with rainbow paint splatters up to my knee Converse. And I was like, this is me. I was like, this is where we're going. And I had like I have Puerto Rican hair. So this is like, it's styled now if you're watching, but it's usually like big and curly. So I had straight clip in like blue streaks. I was wearing like tuxedo vests. I looked insane, but I loved it. So I loved like the black and the colors together. So I did that all through high school, a little bit into college. And I was wearing like big combat boots. I was wearing silver chains. I jingled when I walked, like all of that. Like, and I was straight edge punk. So like, that's like that whole world of the, like the straight edge music I loved. And I was in the city a lot too. I think that informed it a bit as well, is like the city is kind of like a harder, like, I don't know, you're sitting on the subway, you want to wear black jeans, I feel like.
Right. Your linen suit does not belong on the
does not.
Or it can be, but you gotta like, bring a change of clothes just in case.
Right. And I kind of felt like because I was in the acting world that I really wanted to have my own style, because I felt like when I was auditioning and on set, I was like red t-shirt, like very basic. So through the pandemic, I did that more and more. And then after the pandemic kind of ended, and when I started moving into this like new life of being home and being in Connecticut and enjoying that coastal life, I started to like kind of brighten up the colors. My world in like my personal life got brighter and it wasn't so like heavy all the time. So
Mhm.
I mean, not to be like, it's just a phase. Like, it wasn't a phase. It was like the life that I had, and I liked it. And I still like it. I wouldn't dress like that now, but when I see people like that, I'm like, you look fantastic.
Right.
But yeah, that kind of softness came into my life. And then the coastal granddaughter kind of came out of me, which was also a style I always liked. I just kind of also thought that I couldn't do it. I thought it was like something that like only very rich, fancy people who've always dressed that way did. Um, but you can change at any time. And especially like when I quit acting, I had this like mentality because people were like, oh, like you quit. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, how is that? Like, are you okay? And I was like, I quit, but I didn't fail.
Mm.
Like, I quit because I wanted to. Like, if somebody was like a dentist and they switched their careers to like marketing, you wouldn't say, oh, that's because you failed as a dentist. It's like, no, I just wanted to do something else.
Right.
And so you can change at any time. And it's taken me a good 3.5 years to get into this, like, I would say this true coastal granddaughter, blue and white, like aesthetic.
No, and I think there's something about the art of pivoting that we don't focus on a lot. I think Instagram, social feels very curated because a lot of times it is like, but let's be real. But I don't think people see the shift and the pivot. I think either people think you've always been that way or it happened and you're like, one day I decided and I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this and it's going to look perfect and it's going to look amazing. And I don't think that's always people's journeys. And I think that, and maybe it's a question for you because I have lots of thoughts on it, but people out there who are pivoting right now, who are listening to you, like what advice do you give them? Like where do they start or how have you kind of seen in your experience some of the maybe more toxic messages not, be helpful or play out and kind of what advice are you giving to the people out there who are doing it now? Maybe not with their style, maybe it's their job or their life, or maybe it is, hanging up their high top Converse or their, white and blue stripes.
Yeah. I think so. If we're talking about like, we'll talk about personal style is like its own thing, and then branding, like if you want to do an Instagram, is like another thing. So we'll pause on that. But with your personal style, I'm gonna take it from me. You look good. I don't care what you're wearing. You look great. So just start. Just get an accessory. Like start with like one thing that you love that's maybe something that you've never tried before. Get it on like Amazon. Don't spend a lot of money on it because you might not like it like 2 months down the road. But just try it. Nobody pays attention to what you're wearing. That's another thing. People think like, oh my God, they're gonna judge me if I'm wearing this or if I have this bag. And they don't. They think it's cool. I think it's cool. I'll be there to tell you it looks cool. But on like the branding side, which is something I've thought about a lot, especially over the last 3 years of kind of going into this coastal granddaughter, which when I started dressing like this, my brain didn't think, oh, I'm doing coastal granddaughter. My brain thought, I like blue and I like soft colors and I want to start wearing more white and feeling like I'm tan in like the summer. But with branding, a lot of advice that I've got, which I really follow, is that pick what you love and what you specifically are good at. And that's your North Star. It's not what you are necessarily. It's just like your touchstone for if somebody is looking at your page, they know who you are by what your page looks like on a glance.
Right.
They know, oh, that's her. She's punk rock or she's alternative or she's preppy, and kind of start there. And then also, if you have brands that you love that you want to be working with, make sure that your page looks like a page that would be connected to that brand. So like I love Hill House, I love Ralph Lauren, but that doesn't mean I'm wearing those exact brands necessarily, but I'm wearing brands that are kind of adjacent to those.
Right. And I think it's interesting being in I hate the word influencer, but influencing space, the creative space. I have found myself as an accidental influencer where it was never my intention. But it is interesting. I think people will also start to send you stuff or want to connect with you. And you also have to pick what lane you want to be in and what your brand is. And I think that's a really interesting psychological experiment of like, I wear lots of solids and menswear, and like my aesthetic is very different. And sometimes I'll get these brands that want to send me stuff, and I'm like, I love a nap dress, but it's I don't know if I'm the best representation of that, right? But I know somebody who will be. So I think that if you guys out there listening are trying to curate your image online for fun, for profit, for business, for evolution, I truly think it's like a full body experience of kind of what you're saying, Eden, of like, what do you like? What do
Yeah.
you love? Like, don't try to be like this person because it looks like they're making money or it looks like they're having fun. Like, don't go to trips, don't be a travel influencer if you hate to fly, right? Like, because it looks fun.
She's talking about me, guys.
I I know I saw your post the other day. Can you talk on that? Because I thought it was so vulnerable and so amazing. And I was like, more people need to say this out loud.
Sure. So, I have anticipatory anxiety, and then I also have something called vasovagal syncope, both things which are super, super common. And I'm sure everybody listening to this, like, I have that, or I know somebody who has that. And mine, anticipatory anxiety, is specifically tied to travel. I'm actually getting on a plane in like a week, guys. It's very exciting. Unfortunately, which is what I talked about on my video, is that my vasovagal syncope is tied to my anxiety. And so if I get really hyped up and nervous and kind of have, I guess, like adjacent to a panic attack, I'll just flat out pass out, which is extremely inconvenient.
Like a fainting goat? Is this like a fainting goat thing? Are you like...
No, because I would say no only because I have plenty of time to like say I'm passing out.
Okay.
So that's good.
Good to know.
That's good. So, So and it mostly happens on planes just because I have like a little bit of nervousness. I'm not actually worried about like the plane like going down or anything. I'm actually just like a claustrophobic person. So that's why it's like with travel, like trains and things, which is like so funny. And anxiety is so annoying because like I was on the train again, like I said, like 4 times a week for my entire life, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want to get on the train. So it's so inconvenient. But for travel specifically, I am a little bit of a travel influencer. So people are like, come here, come there. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I can't drive there. I need somebody to drive me and come with me. So I was nervous to talk about it on my page because obviously that's not like the image that you would think that I have. You think, she doesn't have problems going on these things or going on boat tours or any of those things, but all of those things freak me out so bad. But I also want to do them. And your anxiety is not you, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not you. So you are consciously going, this is going to be a great experience. I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be so much better than I think it is. And your anxiety, it just wants to be there and go, no, it's going to be awful. And that's a tough thing to work with.
And I love that you made that distinction because like if you have joy in that, don't let your anxiety stop you. If you are like, I hate every second of this, start to finish, probably not worth it. And
no, it's probably not for you.
Exactly. Like if you're like, every second I wear heels, I hate it. And like, yes, listen, a little pain and beauty is a thing. Yeah. But I think it's important for people to understand like alignment matters and you need to be aligned. And alignment doesn't mean it's going to be great every single second of it. It's going to be hard. And finding that alignment, I think first in your brand, in your where you're going, again, brand or not brand, and then overcoming some of these things that you're talking about of like, you're going to have my grandmother used to call them the gormleys. You're going to have the gormleys that like kind of get in there and say like, ooh, you can't do this. Or like, this is a terrible idea. But not every voice is worth listening to.
Sometimes even the ones in your own head.
Most of the ones in your own head are not worth listening to. I love this. Explain to people what coastal granddaughter chic is, because there might be some people out there being like, I have never in my life. Like, what are we talking about here?
So coastal grandmother, or some people call it coastal granddaughter, they're the same thing. It was only like coined a few years ago. I can't remember the name of the creator who made it, but it's basically like a coastal, obviously, soft aesthetic. It's blue and white and like American flag sweaters. And it really came out of the Nancy Meyers movies, kind of like giving a name to the style that she created in the clothing and also in the architecture of those movies, which I love those movies. And it kind of bringing that, it's kind of adjacent to old money aesthetic for sure, but it has like a softer vibe to it. Linen pants. It's usually very summery. I've actually struggled this year to find out what coastal granddaughter is in the winter, because it's very summery and beachy. And then it's kind of like it also goes into like analog hobbies are also like under the umbrella of coastal granddaughter, like needle pointing and reading, and mahjong is like a huge thing now. So yeah.
Love an analog hobby. And again, like I think there's something about, again, the nerd in me, psychologically, what we're doing is we're signaling, right? We're trying to show people, here's what I'm into. Are you into this too? Or it's almost like I'm living my own personal brand. And I mean that in the truest sense of like what you want from life, not what the world thinks about you. And I think that sometimes there's a bit of manifestation that almost comes with that as well. Like if I am dressing like this, if I'm doing this, I'm more likely to engage in these types of activities or with people who also enjoy similar things that I do. Have you found switching from punk to coastal granddaughter, like your activities, hobbies, things have also shifted?
Oh, 100%. No question. I started doing this. I've been to Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket and Cape Cod as like a very, very young child. I've been to those places, but I have no memory of those places. I went to all of those places in the last 3 years. To me, I mean, Cape Cod, I know, but Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket for the first time, as far as I'm concerned. And I never would have done that, would have considered doing that, going, having a good time. I, excuse me, got to go with, the Nantucket Island Realty. Like they have this really cool influencer thing that they do every year with like going to all these brands on Nantucket. And I was like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm looking at these things that I see on Instagram. Like, absolutely, no question. Like, I do feel like I manifested it by being like, almost acting like I already was that person. Like, I'm already this person that goes to Nantucket and does these things. But joke's on them. That was my first time.
Well, we're on Nantucket often. No, I love that. How do we, or what are your thoughts on, because I know I can hear like people in the back of my head being like, okay, well, how is this not cosplaying then? How do we make this something that feels authentic rather than the cosplaying? I know a lot of conversation have come out about, Love Story and, JFK, Colin Bassett Kennedy, of people not finding something that's true to them, but just copying somebody else. And is that okay? Or what are your thoughts?
First of all, this is the internet. You can copy everybody, I say. As long as you're giving credit, we're all copying each other. I mean, like, there's not that many, unfortunately, like, original ideas. But so if you're especially when you're starting something which you don't know anything about, you're pulling inspiration for things, which you could call that copying, but it's also just pulling inspiration, right? What was the first part of your question?
Sometimes I just speak Eden and I'm not really sure what I say. I think it's about like, how do we not make this a cosplay? Like, how do you have this as like an authentic being? Or does it need to be? Can it just be like, I like this and this is just what I like to wear. It has nothing tied into who I am.
Right. So for like branding yourself, like I said, I started with like things that I just liked, and then I fell into coastal granddaughter. I don't think that something like coastal granddaughter is something that people are doing in their real lives, if that makes sense. Like people are like, I'm wearing this today and I'm wearing that today. I don't think people stick to like aesthetics as hard as influencers do. And so I kind of use it as like I said, like my North Star, but it's not like tied to who I am. Like I wear black to work like almost every single day, but in my personal life, I don't. We're also like different, but depending on what we're doing. But so in a way, I am kind of like cosplaying coastal granddaughter, but it's also because I love it. And if you're not doing something that you genuinely are or genuinely love, you're gonna get exhausted of that really quickly. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to say, let's say you're an influencer and you're trying to go into an aesthetic that maybe isn't what like speaks to your heart. You're going to be posting like twice a week and being like, I don't really want to do this. Like, show you. People want you, and people will respond well to what you like and what you do. And that's like positive feedback loop, right? Then you'll be doing more of it because they like it, you like it, and they will like whatever that authentic person that you are, they will like that. You don't have to be somebody else or move into some other specific thing just because you think that that's what's popular. You're popular. You'll be good with what you got.
Yeah. And I think that's an important distinction, whether you're online, offline. Like, don't
Yeah.
become a doctor because your mom wanted you to be a doctor, right? Like,
No, don't.
don't do it. I was just with the Harvard surgeons yesterday, and we were having this conversation, and like how many of us fall into careers that aren't our true passions, and all of a sudden we're like, who am I? What am I doing? And you're allowed to pivot, people. You're allowed to pivot.
You're allowed to pivot.
The other side of this. So we got a lot of people probably listening who aren't in this space that we are in online and have no desire to be. How do you find people to follow like that? Like, what are we looking for? What advice do you have for people of like either the lens they need to view social media in, or how to find people? Maybe it's some great accounts that you might have, or outside of New England Summers people, you have to go follow her immediately. But what are your thoughts on the people who are consuming some of the things that are being put out by creators?
Yeah. I mean, I really love the community that I'm so lucky to be in this like coastal granddaughter space, because I feel like it's such, some might say it's like sanitized, but I just say it's calming. Like it's calming, it's pretty things, it's relaxing to look at. I joined it because I didn't want to be listening to, all kinds of craziness and like trap music. Like I just want to be looking at boats. So I love like Christy New England. I love Beth Ladd Collections, has a great account. Who else can I think of off the top of my head? Oh, New England Coastal Creative, who's Kim Thomas. She is like the matriarch of all of these coastal granddaughter New England accounts. So if anybody that New England, I think it's just NE Coastal Creative follows, you should follow them. That's actually the perfect place to start.
And that's how we met through Kim.
Yeah. Yes, we met through Kim at the Elevate conference.
Yes.
I think everybody that went to the Elevate conference is perfect.
Yeah, truly. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I follow her. I'll be at Bloom in June. Eden follows her. Kim is amazing. I think too, having a community, right? Like I think as a woman, for me, having kids, post kids, I've learned, and again, I work with a lot of men, hence my menswear probably. But there's something about having a group of women who are interested in the things that you're interested in, right? Whether that is mahjong, whether that is something with fashion or dogs or art, antiques or punk rock, like whatever it is, I am a huge advocate of also finding your people that they don't need to be your best friends. They don't need to be somebody that like you even have like deep, deep ties with, but there's something weirdly wonderful and amazing about being around a group, in my opinion, women who, I don't know, are there for a similar reason, even if it's like a surface reason. How do people find community? Like, how do you find community? Like, what are you looking for?
I will just see a happy account that looks good, and I'll just message them and say, I love your account. I love what I'm seeing. This is so fun. I make sure I comment on everybody's stuff. Because also if you comment on things, you get fed more of the same.
Yeah.
But reaching out, and I feel like this community is so good at reaching out. We'll be like, oh, I love that, or I saw this and I thought of you. I get messages like that, and I send those messages a lot. Like I think I saw, who was it? Jess B. Collins. I was like, I saw this barn coat and I was like, this barn coat is you. And I feel like everybody's just kind of open. I feel like because people think that New Englanders are very like mean, like harsh people. And we're really not, especially us like suburban people. We're very just like, come hang out, like come to the beach, come relax. But yeah, reach out, just put something in the DMs. And sometimes if you're messaging, I'll just say, if you're messaging a big account, they may not get back to you. They might not get back to you for 2 weeks, but a lot of times they're seeing it and being like, oh, that's so nice. So don't be shy. Just say hi.
Yeah, it's wild, the idea of making friends like in your adult years. And
yeah, oh my God.
I think sometimes we're afraid that these people are untouchable, unreachable. And really and truly, in the world today, my opinion, a little kindness goes a long way, because really and truly, I think there's so much not niceness and people spewing, stuff that is unkind. It's so refreshing to be able to connect with people and be like, I love what you're doing, or you're really brave for saying that, or like, this is amazing. I want to learn more, or I'm cheering you on from here. That's it. Yeah. No ask. Like,
yeah, just Hands up emoji.
Hands up emoji. So yes, today you guys listening, go follow somebody or find somebody that you liked or somebody that you're already following. Tell them you love it. I'm positive you will get that love back somewhere else. Like it really truly is a pay it forward thing.
Oh, no question. And it just brings more love and more happiness, and that's what I'm on the internet for, not heaviness, just
No, God,
liking
no.
needlepoint.
God, I need to get it. When I had the girls or when I was pregnant with the girls, I started doing needlepoint and it was the best thing ever. And now I have all these needle points that like don't live anywhere. They don't like, they're in like a box, but I'm like, oh,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is my mental sanity. Like this is not for anybody but me. And I
Yeah.
needed to like, I couldn't hold my phone and do it. Like I had to be like focused on it. It was amazing. It was an amazing analog experience. And I think more people need something. Knitting. I'm a big knitter. I can only do a scarf. It never goes anywhere.
That's great.
That's it. That's
More
it.
than I could ever do.
I know. Well, no, you are very talented, ma'am. People are now like looking for summer clothes. They're looking, or even, okay, I'm looking ahead to fall. What staple pieces, what things are you looking for yourself that we should also be looking for to like make it simple, make it easy? Decision fatigue is a real thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually, Carve Designs is a brand that I just found that has the most comfortable jean shorts, because jean shorts are a nightmare. They're so uncomfortable. They hurt to sit in. I'm sick of them. But Carve Designs, I just found basically the first time ever, most comfortable jean shorts. So I would start there. And then also linen pants. I would get white linen pants. I put every top with white linen pants throughout the whole summer, inside, outside, going to the grocery store so you're not freezing. And then like these nap dresses, I'm actually wearing one right now. This is not from Hill House. This is like, actually I have no idea where this is from. But, oh no, it's from Lady Black Tie, which is a Massachusetts company. Get a nap dress. Easy. Yeah. I wear a lot of dresses because I just don't want to think about it. I just want to put on a dress and walk.
No, love that. Love it. Love it. And I think too, like, again, you guys out there, I talk a lot about decision-making fatigue. Sometimes your closet can feel wildly overwhelming. My closet is wildly overwhelming, and I end up wearing like the same 5 things in different ways.
Me too.
I don't think you need more. I think you need to do it better with what you have, right? Yeah. Like, and getting your staple pieces, getting a few dresses that speak to you. And maybe it's a nap dress in black, right? Like I'd wear a nap dress in black, hands down. Also, I'd wear yours too. Send it over. I love it.
Be an outfit repeater. No shame. Be an outfit repeater, please.
Love it. I also love a set. I think if you have like a set or two, because again, decision fatigue, this and this go together. I also love to buy for next season at the end of the season. So I'm a huge fan of, okay, like all the winter stuff is on sale now. Like I'm buying a whole bunch of stuff for next year because it's like a new closet when I open it up come, cold weather again.
My mom has an impeccable talent of going to TJ Maxx just at the right time. Ooh. Like she knows. She's like, we're going to get jeans in like August. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's always right.
It's a gift.
But yeah, a couple months before you start, if you're seeing the back to school Old Navy ads, go to TJ Maxx to get your summer stuff.
You heard it here first, friends. That is probably the best tip one could get. And if you have kids, same thing with the kids. I know a ton of you reach out and you're like, I love your girl's style. Super easy to do. You don't need to spend $1 billion on kids stuff because it can be really expensive. Just get last seasons for the next season. Just buy big. It's a thing. Buy big. Not for myself. Hopefully I stay the same size, but any of that. Final thoughts here, ma'am. I loved having you here. I think you're a wealth of information. I could talk to you for actual days, but I'm not going to hold you hostage. I have so many things that I want to dig into, and we're going to have you back to talk about them all. But final things that you think is important for people who are listening here to know, hear, see, experience with you.
Sure. Enjoy the summer. We're coming into that now. Wear what you want. Enjoy what you like. I'll even tell you, I am a Dungeons and Dragons nerd. I love Pokemon cards. These are things that have nothing to do with my online persona, and I like all of it equally. Whatever you like, you will find the people that like it with you, and the people who are your real friends will not care what you're wearing or what you're doing. They'll just be right there to support you. So if you're looking to start new stuff, new style, maybe for the summer, You have my permission.
Same. I'm co-signing on all of that and more for sure. Yeah. Put yourself out there. If you're like, I could never play mahjong. I'm not like one of those ladies that go. Who are those ladies?
Who are those ladies? They're just ladies.
They're just ladies. I'm there with yogurt in my hair from like 2 days ago, I'm sure, right? Like that's just what it is. Like go find some people if you like mahjong or want to try it. But don't knock it. Don't be like, ew, those mahjong ladies, right? Because it doesn't need, what is it? Don't yuck someone's yum.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cringe is cringe. Stop it.
Exactly. Say, look at us. We're going to take over the world here. No more
Perfect.
cringe. Go do your thing. Final question. I ask everybody this. What is your favorite F word?
Not going to say that. I guess I'll just pick the one I say the most often, which is pretty boring, but fantastic.
Oh, I love it. Why is it your favorite?
I just say it all the time. In fact, too many times. I'll be doing an outfit video and I'll be like, this is fantastic. I'll say that 4 times. My mom will be like, you have to cut that out. Because it just encapsulates everything. It's fantastic.
It is fantastic. I love that one. That is a good one. For you guys listening, you can catch Miss Eden online. Tell them your Instagram handles. How can they get in touch with you?
New England Summers. I'm on Instagram, TikTok. I'm on YouTube Shorts. I also have a little bit of a Substack where I have my guides for all places you want to go, like Newport. And yeah.
What is your Substack called? How is it still New England
New
Summers?
England Summers, baby.
Oh, good. Look at that cross branding.
Straight across.
Love it. Love it. Check her out. She's fantastic. And for you guys, we'll see you soon on Feelings and Other F Words. Bye.